Hello everyone! Today's recipe is the easiest step-by-step process to make fluffiest sponge vanilla cake at home. This is a recipe even beginners can make, so let's dive right in. First, I will start by lining my cake tin with a parchment paper. I will include the list of all the products that I'm going to use in the description box below. Now, lining the parchment paper is going to be our initial step even before preheating our oven. This is because once the batter is made, we should not wait before popping it in. So, prepare your cake tin by using a parchment paper and follow this method as shown in the video to make a nice lining of the base of parchment. So I've cut it in a conical shape and I have lined it onto my cake tin, which is from USA Pan. Now this is one of the nicest cake tins I've come across. I've been using this for more than 5 years and it dissipates the heat very nicely. So this is a very nice product to look out for. Now let's start by making our cake batter. Now we will start by using eggs. I've taken 3 eggs here. Now for this recipe I'm going to use the same cup measurement. What I mean by that is we are going to use the same quantity of all the ingredients, which makes this recipe super duper easy. I have taken 3 eggs which have come up to 3/4 of my cup. If your eggs are larger, they might take just 2 eggs for this recipe. So just break your eggs into a bowl and see how much of they measure. If they are coming up to 3/4 cup or 1 cup, to ensure that all the other ingredients like sugar, maida and oil you're using as 1 cup. So now, as I have taken 3/4 cup of eggs, I have taken 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. And now we are going to incorporate this sugar into our eggs. Many recipes online suggest that we use powdered sugar, but incorporating a lot of air and whipping your eggs nicely is one of the crucial steps that makes your cake super spongy. If you use powdered sugar, it will be incorporated inside eggs very soon and the sugar will start melting if you over whip your eggs. So ensure that you use normal sugar that you have in your pantry and whip your eggs until the eggs become almost double in size, and with that the sugar is also nicely incorporated. I am using an electric mixer here. You can also use a mixer grinder to do the same process. Once you have aerated your eggs nicely, we are going to add the oil component into this batter. Now, as whipping the eggs makes the cake super spongy, adding some oil component, whether it's melted butter or melted ghee, makes your cake super moist. This is the crucial ingredient which differentiates your cake between being dry and between being super moist. For this cake, and this recipe is from my mom, I'm using half a cup of melted ghee and just 3 tablespoons of non-flavored sunflower oil. Now I have added 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Now many recipes online suggest that we use melted butter. Any of these components brings the moisture in the cake. However, because Our taste buds, our Indian taste buds are used to this ghee flavor. The flavor profile of our cake, if we use melted ghee, increases enormously. So do try out incorporating ghee in your batter and let us know in the comment section if you found the cake super delicious with ghee. Do ensure that when you're using 3 tablespoons of flavorless oil, it should not be something like groundnut oil or olive oil. It should be an oil which does not have any prominent odor like sunflower oil. You can also use 3/4 cup of melted ghee by itself. Now we will ensure that this oil component is completely incorporated in our batter. Now I am using a bowl from IKEA. I will give the link in description box. This is one of the nicest bowls for making the batter and also for pouring it in. It ensures that the batter does not spill out once we're beating. So this is a really nice product. Now it's time for the dry ingredients. We will start by sieving these dry ingredients directly into the batter. I'm starting with 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour or maida. We are not using self-raised flour for this recipe. This is plain maida. To this, I'm going to add 2 pinches of baking soda. Because we do not have any acidic components in this cake, baking soda is just a little required in this recipe. We do not require 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and then we've added 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Now baking soda and baking powder are leavening agents which will help your cake rise once it's baking. Once these dry ingredients are nicely sieved in, we will not whisk our batter at this stage. We'll use a spatula and use cut and fold method to incorporate these dry ingredients into our aerated whipped eggs. So do ensure that you use this cut and fold method as shown in this video so that the air that we have incorporated inside the batter is not lost. Once all these ingredients are nicely incorporated, you can directly pour this into our parchment lined tin. You can also top this batter by adding some cashew nuts or some tutti frutti. I love cashew nuts in my vanilla sponge cake, so I have added a few. And now I will pop this inside the oven, which has been preheated for 180 degrees, and will bake this cake for about 30 to 35 minutes. At around 30 minutes, just pierce a toothpick at the center of the cake and check if the toothpick comes out completely dry. And there we go. Our perfect moist cake is ready. This is a sponge vanilla cake. I've cooled it down completely and then demolded from our cake tin. Just look how many air pockets have been formed and how soft and fluffy this cake is. Do try this and let us know in the comments section below how you liked it. Thank you very much for watching and do subscribe to our channel.